Tambayan Podcast Station.
Good day mga katambay, you're listening to Tambayan Podcast Station, your express way of story. This is DJ Dali, your delegate katambay who's always delighted to listen to your stories. Today, we have another sender from our fellow katambay about his experiences in the midst of pandemic and how he was able to cope and surpass the struggles and still continue his life. Let us all listen to his story.
Good day mga katambay. I am Rodel Deloso, a student and a goal-oriented who devote much of my time for my studies. As someone who is first to step in college in the family, I can say that it is a bit pressure. I was surrounded by expectations. That's why I always give my best to stand out at school. To be honest, we are not that financially stable, and I see education as one way to cope with our struggles in life. I remember my dad told me that he had no treasure to pass through me except letting me finish my studies and land a better job. And I always carry this towards my journey in college. Back then, my vision towards finishing my studies was on track, but suddenly, the pandemic started. Everything has changed. Lockdown, restrictions, my siblings and dad's work and business are greatly affected. I remember we were all crying at that time, trying to find ways to survive. And I even doubted myself if I could still continue my study or not. But I really uplift myself to get back on track and never lose hope. I did seek for online job and luckily hired as a virtual assistant. Because of this, I was able to finance my needs and still continue my academic through online class and was able to help and provide some expenses at home. Having these endeavor at the same time, I admit my emotional and mental health was affected, but I always push myself to strive and move forward because I don't want to stuck in a situation wherein problems are hard to escape because it involves money to resolve. And whenever things are getting rough, I always go back to my purpose, and it really recharged me and remind me that all of this is just a trial. Despite the challenges that happened to me and my family brought by COVID-19 pandemic, I've learned and discovered a lot about myself. I become independent and responsible, capable through things that I wouldn't thought I can do, especially having a work and as a student at the same time. My course as a BS Technology Communication Management indeed give justice through these challenges, that I was able to manage my time, critically wise to resolve things, well-rounded enough and can able to adjust to a new normal way of living, and of course, culturally aware, especially that my work as a virtual assistant is a foreign-based company. Now, I am already a graduating student. It's amazing how time flies. Thanks to my instinct and intuition to foresee what would be my life if I stop and give up. My realization towards this journey is that no matter how hard the situation is, for as long as you have the purpose, strong faith and dedication, nothing is impossible. To my fellow students out there, laban lang, and continue what you are doing. In the end, it's a nice feeling that you achieved something coming from your hard work and perseverance.
Wow, what an inspiring story we have tonight, mga katambay. I believe that you've learned a lot. It is true that life during pandemic is not easy, wherein all of us experience different struggles. But the good thing is we never give up and we chose to still continue our life. And look at you now, you're living a life or still working a life that you've dreamed of years ago. Indeed, nothing is impossible for as long as we have the purpose and dedication to get that goal. And the good thing about Riddell is that he used his passion and what he have learned at school to survive. And for me, that is the essence of getting a degree, that it is in line with our passion and we can use it to whatever endeavor that we are dealing in the corporate world. Such a wonderful story we have tonight wherein all of us can relate. Here in Tambayan Podcast Station, we hope to hear more like this. Just drop or email us your story, or you can visit to our social media platforms at Tambayan Podcast Station for more details. Once again, this is DJ Dali, your Delegate Katambay, saying, let us all empower and uplift each other here on Tambayan Podcast Station, your express way of story. Bye!
Tambayan Podcast Station.